Nothing, 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 nothing. Nothing. Not one thing will separate you from the love of God. I want to talk social media and mental health today. We have to talk about it. We have to. Because one of the things when it comes to mental health and social media is this: if you're not careful to protect your energy, child, you're going to be all over the place. We all would be. I am not speaking only to you, but to me. To me too. They got this thing going on right now about Puff Daddy and Cot Williams. Y'all better be mindful of your energy. While you think that the people that you get to see on the videos, listen, there's always something going on behind the scenes. And those people are probably more evil than the ones you see on the show. Now, I'm not saying this because I love brothers and black men and taking up. I'm not just taking up for them. I mean anything. Because I'll tell you one thing the other day, Justin Bieber, they put an ad on Facebook telling some Justin Bieber passed away. That thing was a lie. But because we all love Justin Bieber, we're going to start feeling sad. You have to remember that spiritually things are working outside of what you can see. You must stop thinking that we are in this three-dimensional space and nothing happening outside what we can see. You better stop that. The Bible talks about faith. Now, fear can have you worried about it. The faith part, I'm gonna delve into that because I think that's gonna help our mental health. You want to have fear on it, right? Okay, fear. Then fear would be if you really had some kind of, I would say not this, reverence. You can have reverence for something like, okay, this thing right here, I could watch this video or I could not watch this video. If I'm watching it, think about what it makes you feel when you're watching it. You're thinking it's about Puff Daddy. You thinking it's about Cot Williams. You thinking it's about Shay. It ain't about them. They want you. If we are not liking, loving, sharing, watching hours and hours of the media, they are nothing. They are nothing without us watching them. You are the powerful one. Your power has been expended into that and you're watching it. So now you have been helping everything that they're trying to bring about, whether it be hate, whether it be shame, whether it be all of those energies coming together because we're so engrossed in it. And listen, raising hand. I watched the Cot Williams too. I probably closed it sooner than most people. And I went back and I don't watch stuff in a whole, like, let me watch this. Unless it's a really good movie. Or like I told you, I watched Barely the other day. It was awesome. But I never sit and stare into any, I'm going to do this. I'm getting into this. And so I was on Facebook, I think yesterday, and that popped up on my page. And I'm on social media, so I take out time throughout my week to plan to be on social. That way, I don't have to feel guilty about it because it's a part of my life. And yes, it's part of my business. And yes, it's a part of my personal. I get to see some of my family on there. I can get business connections. And also, it's an awesome way for me to show support to other people who I know are out there working their butts off, say in Africa somewhere, or they're moving and transitioning. I can't do this all the time, and neither can you. We can't get on the phone and make a phone call. Yes, we should. That's good to do too. I don't like polarization. Don't put yourself in a box of, and saying, oh, I only do this and I only do that and I won't do this and I won't do that. I won't do this. I won't do that. I won't do it. I can't do this and I can't do that. I won't do this and I won't do that. You don't know what you would do if you had to. This is not that, right? This social media thing is not that. You don't have to. I want to. It's beneficial. But I also know I can't be doing it all the time. So there are times I take breaks because I watch my mental health. Am I perfect at that either? No, I ain't. I'm talking to you because this is my topic for today and I'm on the radio and I should have great topics for you. And social media just happened to be one of those topics today. And did I tell you that it was 79 degrees outside? It's beautiful. The sun's not shining. It is definitely an overcast day. But let's give it a break. I did get on here and I started getting on cray-cray with y'all, but I definitely know I'm still on the radio. I just want y'all to know that our topic today is social media, mental health. Okay, let's get back to it just in a few. Listen, Sugar 95.7 FM, the Lunch Mix. Maybe I should come up with. Haven't I been doing any of that? We're gonna go back. We're gonna talk about that in a second too. But definitely social media and mental health wellness. Listen, that's the topic for today. You better keep it locked right here and bet not go nowhere, because I will be calling you. Okay, you know how sensitive I am. Don't play with me. You better keep it dialed in locks, especially my mother. You know it's your birthday month. I love you. Oh, I should pause it here when I go down off the air. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't type it all the way in. And you know what? We doing this. We're doing this later. We'll deal with it later. Oh, goodness. I'm still learning the StreamYardy stuff. So I'm going to put you guys on a bit of a pause. Well, I don't know what it's due to me. Do you want to go on
I
live
don't know
to
if
talk
you-
on air after we have our quick conversation? It's gonna be real quick. You want to talk about what you got going on?
Not really.
No, not today. Okay, I got you. Hey, everybody. This is Myrtle, your girl. Myrtle of Ceremonies, your record MC. One day I'm going to be. This is what it is. We are live. We are live on Sugar 95.7 FM, the lunch mixing. Okay, we talked about social media. I'm about to have a shot of espresso with my friend. So, yes, I love y'all. My biggest thing today was social media. Be careful with the mindset. Don't let anything pull you in. If you have stuff going on, just know that if your mental health is saying, no, I cannot sit here and talk or listen to that social thing, it's going to mess me up. Turn it off. That's what you do. You're not trying to say, oh, forever, I'm never jumping back on. We do so much polarizing and stuff like that. Be mindful of your energy. Social media is a supplement. It's a tool. I love y'all. And this was the lunch mix with your girl, Ms. Mellon. It is now 11:44 a.m. And today is January 26, 2004. Can you believe how fast things are go by? Anyway, guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, I want you all to just keep it locked right here on Sugar 95.7 FM. Right now, the next song coming up is Cranium. Nobody has to know. Edit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It's the reggae station, the number one reggae station for the nation. Listen, Sugar 95.7 FM is here. Don't forget, we got the home giveaway. Brian is coming up next. BFrank. He be loving to talk about all the things. Listen, that's what he gonna do. You better stay, keep it locked right here. I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna count y'all down over here, and I'm gonna turn the music back up over here. And BFrank will be on my YouTube later. So definitely stay tuned and check it out. And I'll chop it up for y'all so y'all don't have to watch the whole countdown thing. But if you're live, please say hello and high five. We'll talk to you later. Sugar. Okay. Let me lock this down. So
So, Southwest Florida. Once again, if you're just joining us, it's Brian Franklin, B Frank Fridays on Nut Sugar 95.7 FM. Life growth. And some people you just keep around you because they've just been there for a while. So time will tell, but time is not that all exists when it comes to personal growth. So when I say the 5 people you know, I'm talking about intentionally designing your future by picking 5 people who fit who you want to be and who you plan on becoming. What does 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, 20, 30, 2049 look like for you? Well, I'll tell you that there's a very likely chance it will look like a mush or agglomeration. I don't know if I use that word right. I'm a Google, save me. Uh, agglomeration or a mix, a melting pot. There we go. Let's go a melting pot of the people that you're choosing to be around today. Let me say that again. Your future is based off of who you're choosing to be around today. So Southwest Florida, uh, let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about our mentors, our bosses, our life partners. How are we designing a future and how are we utilizing what's around us to do such a thing in a time like this? Because you were born for this time. Did you know that? Did you know that you were specifically handpicked out of billions and trillions to be born in this time, at this phase? And there's something amazing inside of you that can be unlocked with intentionality, with growth, with network. I believe in you guys wholeheartedly. And I feel that we're in a time where our influences can damper our growth. You're not giving the right water to the plants, the right sunlight. And because of that occurring, some of us are wondering, well, how did I get here? You guys know that song? I don't know, you probably don't know that song. But regardless, and now if you know these things, if you say, hey, Brian, you're preaching, be frank, what are you talking about? Be frank. You're talking in circles. I know these things already. Let me ask you this. Are you sharing the word? Who else knows? Aha. Aha. How are you sharing the words with the people around you, helping growth and facilitate beautiful connections and life-changing relationships? Are you calling your family members and showing love to them? Are you the people at the grocery stores? I always joke with that checkout line lady. She needs love too. Are you conveying that type of wisdom and growth and being that special person in someone's life as well? These are the things I'm talking about, and this is what I'm interested in. If you're interested as well, I want you to feel free to call in the request line, or you could just tell me to stop talking. But regardless, call the request line and let me know. 239-599-7842. The number is 239-599-7842. Once again, this is B Frank on B Frank Fridays. We're going to take a small break and come back. And once again, we love and need your support. So follow us online as well as download the app. Let's go. 90 Life School Heating and Cooling is here for you, serving Lee, Collier, and Port Charlotte County. They can be reached at 239-297-2937 or lifeschool2019 at iCloud.com. Finance accept all major forms of payments. Live cool with Life School.
Honesty is our best policy. Thanks, Life School, for your support of Sugar 95.7 FM. Southwest Florida, all our Soca lovers. DJ Dance presents Second Soca Friday. Located at Jack Mel's Caribbean Restaurant. We could be reached at 954-478-7167. Southwest Florida, Green Acres, it's going down. Thanks to Second Soca Friday for your kind support of Sugar 95.7 FM.
Justice up in me just because me feel good. Not how we the good thing them gonna look good. Touch me again like tell me say me smell good. Fuck me up and feel me say just what them want. Every girl does a crush because a good thing then. Not fight because a good thing then. Not bend up because a good thing then. Just when them can't afford the good something. From the red eye with the good something then. From the one of the people good something then. You know buy your one a good something then. I come hype in your friend something then. Country pepper girl let me say me when I just thing in the streets and I me say that. Everything when me put on from Gucci to Louis Vuitton, Jimmy Choo, Italy and Balenciaga. Some I say them a lot me a Gaza. Every getting at the world I know me mother. Every girl is single picking up with it and put it feet it and I feed the description just for the others. Execution style. No confusion.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I was live over here. How y'all doing? That done caught me slipping. I'm uber relaxed. Forgot that I was on this live. I'm just trying to go live on my phone as well. So ignore all that downtime time that you just got. All right. We got about a minute left in the next song. So I'm about to go live on the radio again. Looking for interaction, looking for people to call in. Call in number is 239-599-7842. Request line is 239-599-7842. The app is going to be Sugar 95.7 FM on Android or Apple, either one. I wonder if there's like a third option. It can't just be, those can't be the only phone softwares that exist. I don't know. But regardless, so BFrank Fridays is something that I'm growing and trying to figure out. I'd like to interview the community. I'd like to have a constant flow of people interviewing them about life and what they do. So if you're interested in going to be on the radio, come on down. You'll be with me. I'll be with you, and we'll have a great time. Keep it short and sweet and real. Let's see. And we are back, Southwest Florida. This is BFrank on BFrank Fridays. If you're wondering what is happening, well, this is my chance to be on the radio. Mama, I'm a star. I done made it. I'm a star. Somebody lied. No, I'm joking. So guys, I am on the radio station to talk with you, not to you. I want to connect. You can follow me online at BFrank Solutions or just Brian Keith Franklin, Facebook, IG, all of that. You can also follow on Miss Myrtle October's live stream. She is phenomenal. The MC, the mistress MC. I forgot, what do you call a female MC? I don't really know, but she's an MC. It doesn't have, we don't have to change changed anything in that order. So we are here live and we're talking about the 5 people we know. The 5 people we know and how they influence. We're talking about development, guys. I'm a self-development guy, hands down. I want to know how I can be a better person every day. And my goal generally speaking is to make whatever decisions and choices I can make to develop as a human being, as a father and a brother, and everything in between. Right? I don't got the answers, but I don't think we were supposed to be born with the answers. But I do a little reading, I do a little inquiring, and I ask questions constantly, and then I re-ask because I forget the first time. But that's trial and error, baby. Trial and error. We're gonna learn one way or another. So I have a quote from a book that I'm reading. There's a billion quotes I'm probably going to quote all the time. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And Atomic Habits has this quote that says, if you want to predict where you'll end up in life, all you have to do is follow the curve of tiny gains or tiny losses and see how your daily choices will compound 10 or 20 years down the line. And then he goes on to say about what you do with your time. And I was like, oh man, that's great. What am I doing on different parts of my day to be connected with you guys? Hey, I'm going to take a really, really quick break. Up next, we're playing a song called Never Give Up by Movado. If you are just now joining us, this is BFrank on BFrank Fridays, Sugar 95.7 FM, the station for the nation, where we are a listener-supported organization. We rely on your word of mouth, and donations for us to be great and to get the message out there. Businesses who want your information out, let us know. We are available for sponsors. Allow us to tell the world about you. Once again, this is BFrank on BFrank Fridays, the #1 and very first Caribbean station, okay? The first Caribbean station of the entire nation. Sugar 95.7, station for the nation. Okay, it's on.
That's cool.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
What's up, bro? How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. Nice to see you.
You've been in here
This is
before,
Yeah,
right?
I've been here before.
Yeah,
But
you're like,
I
but not with me though.
I didn't get to kind of see this. So this is your like normal. This is your laptop and you're
No,
going
no.
live Facebook live?
No. So this is mine. This is actually Myrtle's. I'm using Myrtle's to go live right now.
Oh, you're
It's
actually-
so I am live on Myrtle's, and she's gonna like clip it and do all the cool stuff. We are live right now,
Right.
by the way,
Okay.
on her thing. She's gonna cut it to break it down to pieces, but we are live, and I don't touch her computer.
Okay.
I got mine, but since hers is up, I'm not gonna do anything with mine. I was going live on my phone, but I lost the signal for some reason, so I lost the signal twice.
I don't know.
And I'm like, I don't know why this is happening. You've done radio before though, not just here, but like in general, you've done radio before, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like I was kind of like I'd be a part of the band, you know, and then we'd show up and kind of just everybody's part of the group chat kind of thing, but not where it was just we were talking about me or my music kind of thing. I just kind of came to hang out and see what was up, how you were doing, and just kind of tell you what I'm up to, you know, musically, and kind of see like for coming up for March and stuff. Just kind of
You got music
just
coming.
hanging
You
out.
got music dropping out.
So yeah, so I've been working on a couple of songs that I'm pretty sure like they'll be ready for like the March event. Should be a good time.
Okay. March is gonna be middle of March. You ready? Middle of March.
So it's like 18th, right?
Like the 18th.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say. I'm pretty sure the 18th. Downstairs.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? Should I bring a drummer and bass player, or should I just play it with the tracks? So that they're more like dance music, really, just the songs, but they are accompanied. Like when I produced them, I did put drums and bells. Like I put a whole band kind of idea, but I also used a lot of like production tricks. So it's nice to use some tracks that I have.
I'm gonna tell you, boss man, it's your world on that one. It's so because like let's put it this way: if somebody else said it to me, I would say, well, I have to be aware of the size of the stage and how much space you're gonna need. Are we gonna break down? If there's another band, is there gonna be a problem with like multiple band instruments up there? Those are things that concern me. And then I would end up with say, Well, let me look at my list, and then I had to confer with my sound engineer.
Totally.
Well, in this situation, yeah, so it's up to you. There's no right now. There's no artists. The only artists I have are our artists. So the only artists that are going to be at art and poetry at the moment are our artists. But like I was trying to tell KP, my intention is to have all of us touch the stage, but go. Like we want to like boom. So there's no long sets. I don't know if that would be worth it for the band. I don't know, but because I want to jam pack it. I wanted you jam pack it, and I wanted to be stick and move.
Yeah. So then I could do the ones that are more like dance electronic sounding, and then I can just kind of have my my two instruments ready kind of thing and rock it. Because I was hoping, like I was telling you about KP, that he'll get on one of the songs, and then there was this other song that I had talked to Ariel about a while ago. So hopefully he'll want to.
That would be
for that day,
Yeah, so that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about? So I'm doing live stuff in this right now. I'm about to come back.
I'll just listen and hang out.
No, you want to talk to? You want to vibe with me?
Yeah.
Are you down? Like just vibe, so it don't have to be. I'm gonna touch base like music or whatever, Craig Garcia, but just talk with me. I need somebody to talk to. Can I talk to you?
For sure, absolutely.
All right, cool. I'm a little like I needed someone to talk to.
Yeah, I don't like
So there's like there's some check-in stuff on here.
I'll do my best.
Okay, we're good. I feel like this is.
Check in.
No, I'm saying like there's like the check-in stuff like that.
I'll do that.
They normally ask for like the people who come to like a donation. I think it's like $50. I'm gonna pay your donation, obviously because I invited you and whatnot. But just know if we walk out here, if that get asked, just know I'm taking care of it. Okay. So just be prepared to say, "Hey, Brian got me." Okay. I'm just gonna come back now that I have someone to talk to. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let me call. I'm about to call Sugar real quick. I'm gonna call the boss man. Hey man, I'm about to hop back on. My bad about the Caribbean thing. I was kind of improvising and didn't read while I was doing it, but I got you on that. Okay.
Yeah, Caribbean is all different nationalities. Reggae is like a reggae station, like Jamaica. But when you say Caribbean, is you don't know who is Caribbean.
I got you.
Caribbean is national, but we play a variety of different Caribbean music. But the station is a reggae station.
Okay. The sign that we have on the wall, it talks a lot about Caribbean, so I kind of repeat it because I see it so much. So that big sign. All right, but from now on, I'm just gonna say reggae, okay?
Yeah, reggae, the number one reggae station.
Number one reggae station, yes, sir. All right, boss man, I'm gonna hop back in.
All right, cool.
Okay, cool. What's up?
Are you still on?
No, I shouldn't be. No.
On my computer.
On the computer, yeah.
Do you want? Okay.
You're good. It's too late. We're rocking. You ready? Okay. Hello, Southwest Florida. We are back. This is Brian Franklin, also known as BFrank. You're listening to BFrank Fridays on Sugar 95.7, the station for the nation, your number one reggae station. All right. I want you to be tapped in. I want you to know what we have going on in the community. I went to an event a couple weeks ago. We had our anniversary event at I think it was Millennium Brewery, right? Then I also saw them at the MLK Parade. We're also at the MLK Parade celebrating community and diversity. We are on the scene, okay? We've been known from some of our large festivals in Southwest Florida. So I need you to be tapped in. If you're a business owner and you're looking to have your reach and your information to be spread out there in the interwebs, on the radio, and live on scene, Sugar 95.7. That's what you're going to want to do, and tap in to be a sponsor and let us tell the world about you. We're always looking for sponsors, and we are a listener-supported organization, and we rely on your in-kind donations to be here. for many years, we are here because of that. So let's keep that going. So once again, this is Brian Franklin on BFrank Fridays, and I have a guest. So listen, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I have been hosting for a while, for a pretty long time. Radio is new. It's a whole new world. And one of the hardest things about radio is that when you're speaking, there's no one to talk to if you don't have a guest. And one of my good friends, who is a producer and he does engineering and he's a songwriter, he's an instrumentalist, he's a singer. I mean, pretty much he lives, eat, sleep music. I've never had a human being describe music in the way that he's described music to me over the years, trying to educate me on soundboards and the waves and the gates and the gains. All right, I'm not going to bore you guys. But I find this stuff exciting, and he does too. And he's a phenomenal father and a great friend. Let's give it up for my guest today, Mr. Craig Garcia, everybody. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Thank you, BFrank.
Yes,
Thanks
man.
for bringing me today to hang out with you and talk to the people.
I love having you here, man. Tell everybody what you would like them to know about you. I kind of like gave all the goods. I gave everything but your social security number. But what would you like them to know about you? What's most important about you?
About me, most important is that definitely, of course, that God, right? Like I follow God, and it's above all like my number one source of joy and hope. And my daughter, I would say, like, I would want people to know that my daughter's number one, that, you know, on this earth, that I try to do my best to make sure she's happy and taken care of well. My family, of course, you know, like I like people to know that I'm a family man. You know, we all have our ups and downs, but definitely at the end of the day, I love my family, you know, and love to take care of them. When it comes to music, though, like, I like people to know that I love all genres, you know, like I'm into everything from reggae that y'all play here on your station to country music. I grew up listening to rap music, you know, like Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and like the NWA, you know, like all the early 90s stuff was my favorite. So I guess, yeah, I'd really like more if people would, when we're at events like networking events for music, it'd be cool if more people would come up and just kind of talk music, because we don't really get the opportunity like this to just kind of come and talk and just be in a surrounding with the community of talking about music. And
why don't you think people just talk music? Is the people just are on the scene too much?
I don't know. It's like a lot of times when I talk to people, it's always something that like they're stressed about, you know, or something that like a problem that we're going through in life. And it's great, like, to help each other out of, you know, and uplift each other. But sometimes if we can just kind of get out of our current situation and just like talk about things we enjoy, and everybody, music is kind of like a general, where everybody can come together, you know, like it's something that we can all enjoy, no matter what stage of music, no matter what style of music. It's cool to just kind of like learn other cultures through music, which would be nice if that was kind of more of a topic of conversation amongst.
I think that people don't want to jump out there. They don't want to do that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go cut the radio on, and we're going to come right back. Hello. All right, so yeah, I saw you. I just sent the picture. The mics they're all unmuted right now. Like, they're unmuted as we speak. Yes, they are unmuted. They are both. Yep. They are. Something must have just happened. They're both up. I'll call Myrtle, but they are like right now I'm talking to you in front of the mic. You should probably hear me on the radio. Okay, I'll look into it. Bye. All right.
Is there a 48 volt button on your mixer? Let's see.
What did I do?
Oh yeah, phantom power's on, so that should be okay. That should be on now.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna open up this sugar. There we go.
All the riders them from a line, cause no one racing time. No, baby, a racing time. The riders them from a line, cause no one racing time. No, baby, a racing time. Cause I'm racing time.
All right. This is what we're gonna do.
We can test. Because this is like the actual live.
This is the live, but it's delayed. So I'm gonna cut it on.
Yeah, I think it's muted.
Yeah, no, I just muted it now. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna bring it back. So in theory, we should hear ourselves. And more importantly, hear you. Okay, here we go. Okay, they get in trouble if there's no sound at the radio. Like Sarah, you can't. There's like an FCC rule, like a fine, like thousands of dollars. Can't have dead air. So let's do this.
Good thing that they have somebody listening.
Southwest Florida, we are back. This is BFrank on BFrank Fridays. Holla if you hear me. This is BFrank. I think I may have had some technical issues early on. So I am back. I'm excited to have you. Can I get a mic check from my guest, Mr. Craig Garcia?
Hey, BFrank, how's it going today?
Let's see if we got you live on the radio with me. All right. No, it's not coming up. So what I want to do is my skill set in life is that I am great on the fly. I don't stop. When other people are like, hey, what'd you do? I'm like, I got solutions right now. Craig, can you say hello to the Southwest Florida for me?
Hello, everybody. My name is Craig Garcia. I'm happy to be here with BFrank on Sugar 95.7.
Boom, there we go. We are live. We are good. So Craig was just on the mic and he shared his life goals, his dreams, and you guys heard none of it a minute or two ago. Technical difficulties made it that you didn't hear none of the great wisdom. You know, Craig said some things that changed my life forever. I'm going to put it in my obituary. It's going to be in my autobiography. I'm going to release an album after my death, and his words are going to be the song titles. But you guys are not going to know about it until it happens because I did not have him on air in Sugar 95.7. So I'm sure you heard my introduction. As a quick, could you give them a quick recap, or is that okay?
Yeah.
He'll do his best. All right. So what do we got here, Mr. Craig?
Hi, everybody. So I was just talking about our community and how awesome it would be if, like, when we got together, we talked about music more because we can learn a lot about our cultures through different styles of music and genres. I produce music mainly just like for the enjoyment of it, and I have worked with other artists before and my own music that I write, but I learn about cultures through learning their rhythmic values for beats. Like my family's originally from Cuba, and there's like a 2-3 clave, 3-2 clave, different things that are rhythmically interesting to learn and just to hear and make us dance and kind of just be able to open up more of a community around something fun that we can all enjoy. A lot of times when I'm talking to folks in the community, we're always, focused on our problems or whatever we may be going through in our daily life. And we love to help each other, uplift each other and get through things. But I believe maybe if we were able to open up culturally with what we listen to, with what we grew up listening to from our family's original upbringing, it would be great to just be able to learn more about each other rather than focus on negativity. And not that we're all negative, but I'm just saying it would be beautiful to be able to learn about each other's lives through art.
All right. So as I was listening into my man Craig, we're close to each other now. We're real close because we're sharing microphones. I make this work. So would you say that music brings us together?
Absolutely. I mean, right. It's like a love language that we can all share together. No matter what level of music, no matter what genre, it's very, very connecting to me if we are able to open up to it.
And I feel as though so I'm big into communication, although I'm not the best as far as getting back to people, you know that. But I do believe that music is the perfect way to express our feelings in ways that words alone can't carry. So I love poetry, and that's great. But something about the rhythm and the melody can convey something that if your vocabulary is limited, the rest of that will carry it along, and you just know to the point that you could hear a song and not understand the language and catch the feeling. Have you ever heard of, hey, I don't even speak this language, but I know what they were trying to hit with this? Have you ever had that happen?
Totally. My daughter loves to play these Taohao games, and they're Japanese games, and they have music in Japanese, and we listen to it often, and I honestly don't know Japanese. I would love to know how to speak that language, but like you're saying, that emotion, that feeling of, wow, like they're actually portraying that emotion, and you can see it if you're just listening, and you can close your eyes, you can kind of see that energy of the music, that feeling, that emotion that the music brings with it. So I hear what you're saying totally.
This guy said you can see it if you're listening. Look how those senses are one and the same, how they carry on for each other. And he having something that's completely foreign to him and still finding that connectivity. And we can't do that with our neighbors sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We working on that. And earlier I was talking about getting to know people better and the 5 people that you know and the influences of those around you. How does music influence you? You say you've taught and you've learned and you enjoy different genres of music. How are multi-genres influencing you? You could probably see it play out to your daughter, that love of world music. How is that playing out for you? If you don't mind me asking.
Trying to understand the question fully.
All right. So I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. Okay. So my question for you is, what has listening to multiple genres and styles and backgrounds of music done for you? Compare it if you decided to be, okay, you're from Cuba. Okay, with the music that originates from Cuba, you probably know people who only listen to music from the island. Okay, is there a difference or growth or something or perspective that comes from having different tastes or experiences?
Now I understand. Yes, totally. I feel like I've been able to be more cultured and open to be able to speak with people from different communities, because a lot of times, like growing up in Southern California, I was primarily around surfers and stuff, and a lot of times I wasn't really like accepted, but then I started really getting into like punk music and like the local SoCal like just jams like Sublime and Pennywise and all these cool bands. But once I kind of got into the culture with them, I was accepted and we all became one, and we all knew each other's kind of language. Same thing, like I also was talking about rap earlier, that I grew up listening to rap in my young teens. I mean, I still do, but I'm just saying it was like predominantly I was listening to a lot of rap music. And I mentioned earlier, but I think I was off like NWA, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Of course, he was part of basically every artist kind of that came out of that whole season, of everything, and of course Biggie, right, like was huge, and Tupac, but yeah, same with that. Like I was able to join into a community that, like, same thing, being kind of Hispanic, I wasn't accepted in that community also. So it was kind of like I was brought into the communities through the music that I was listening to, by being able to join in on what we all liked, like something about rhythm that we all loved, no matter what community it was. So which was beautiful to me, because I don't know, like I have a hard time, like I don't dislike people. I want family, right? Like I want community. I was brought up that way, like if somebody's hungry, like give them some food, be friendly to them if they need it, right? Like a friend in the moment and stuff like that. So for me, that's the way I was able to kind of reach out. Like I was brought up in the word, and everybody's like, preach the gospel and talk to people about Jesus and stuff like that. But for me, that was always hard. So the way I was able to kind of like show my love, and that love I have in my heart is through music, and then like reaching out to other artists, like let's collaborate on something. Let's learn each other's language of how we write music, how we interpret music in different ways. So yeah, that's kind of like it.
So this, first of all, that was poetic. I wish we recorded that. I hope y'all recorded that. Secondly, I perceive it like music has become that almost like a passport into people's lives, communities, and cultures. You could use your love and experience with all that music just to be able to, okay, I want to get to know you, or get a message across. Let me understand the rhythm of your culture and of the music that's from this area, or if not from this area, that area accepts. And then boom, there you're in, and that's natural. That's beautiful. Hey guys, this is BFrank on BFrank Fridays. We are on air on Sugar 95.7, the station for the nation. We are wrapping up today's show. We started off talking about the influences of people, and then we got down to the influence of music. I have my friend and partner who will be back soon to do a whole session with you guys very soon. My man Craig Garcia, very talented instrumentalist, musician, and appreciator of art and people. Once again, this is BFrank on BFrank Fridays on Sugar 95.7, the station for the nation. You're
Okay, boom. Wait, that was fun.
No, I want to keep talking. I got like 5 minutes. I want to keep talking for just a second. Just you and I.
Oh, yeah.
So it's funny. So this is what I was thinking about while you were talking. We got to just come back, and I get you here earlier, and we'll start off with you, and we'll just chat or whatever. And then we drop in music, and they're like, hey, when you're dropping this song, don't worry, I'm not, unless they like fire me, which could happen, but I'm not getting paid, so I don't know. We got this, I don't know, or ask to go, or whatever. That could happen too. But anyway,
I didn't realize that I had forgot. Well, back when I came last time, it wasn't really seasoned, so it kind of took like, I think maybe 25-30 minutes or something. Yeah. But there was a lot more traffic this time, so it took me a lot longer.
Yeah,
I did not expect.
Because you're coming from the Cape.
Yeah, like south, like where Oasis High School is, like deep Southwest Cape.
Oh, like
Surfside.
Surfside, okay,
yeah. Way over
there. Yeah. Me too, man.
Really, you're over there too?
No,
you're at Skyline, right?
No, I'm not at Skyline. My mother-in-law's at Skyline. Oh, okay. I'm on Andalusia, Kismet. So I'm closer. So you're way over there. I'm closer, but I'm still out there. Yeah. I'm closer than you though. I'm closer than you, but it's just a journey to get here, and I sincerely love the people in Lehigh, but I hate the traffic in Lehigh. Like, I really sincerely I hate driving to this place so much. Everything else I'm cool with. Like, yo, boo. Like, if somebody else is driving and we got nowhere to go and life is just a beach, then sign me up. But like when I have to be somewhere and I have to go through Lehigh, I get so upset because it's either very far to get where I want, and I got to go through like a bunch of random neighborhoods, or it's not far, but the traffic is abnormally like, yo, we live in the suburbs. Why is there so many people? Where the hell are they? Anyway,
where'd they come
like,
from?
Where they go? Like, what the freak, man.
That's awesome.
Like, it's too much traffic for the amount of people that are here. Where's like extra people? People need to like share vehicles. This only tells me that everybody's getting one car a person. So there has to be enough money. Anyway, I'm ranting. When I moved down here, right? We were talking about like the connection in like Southern Cal, and you were talking about how like you had to like come because you were born in Cuba.
No, I was born in Southern California.
Southern
My dad was.
But you had Cuban like background.
Yeah, like my whole family was born in Cuba except for me.
So you
and my
had
brother.
culturally speaking, it was very.
They were very like my grandma's only talked to me in Spanish until I was an adult, basically. Like we only spoke Spanish. They only spoke Spanish to me.
So initially,
they know English, but
they only spoke Spanish.
But yeah.
So initially, okay, you had that culture, and to assimilate or at least communicate, you had to like start listening to like punk rock, right? And then you go, well, you actually you enjoyed punk rock. You didn't do it.
It was cool, yeah. I mean, there's okay. Some of it's kind of like, wow, this is back then. But I didn't know how to play an instrument, kind of thing. It was like everything was a wonder to me.
Yeah.
And once I became more like cultured in music, then I became to get my likes and dislikes on how heavy punk, like if it's like screaming and stuff, it does get a little intense. But I can I can accept, understand it and just like appreciate the value of the art that they're doing. Because when I first started, like I was with playing an instrument, my brother and I, like we had a band and it was, like punk music. And then we grew into hardcore rock music, like with screaming and like growling, like crazy stuff. But it was all Christian. Like all our lyrics were always based on the Bible, like we were doing youth concerts at church and stuff, like crazy stuff. And my mom and like the youth leaders would help us sell CDs and tickets and like flyers, send it to the community. It was awesome, dude. It was like a whole church working together to get our punk band like recognized. But it was for the right things, like it was for the gospel, right? But it was heavy. It was some heavy stuff.
They supported it though.
Dude, it was cool, dude. It was super
interesting
cool.
upgrade. Yeah, I want to hear more about this Craig. This Craig intrigues me. Okay, that is fun.
And it's interesting because like I didn't even start really playing music till I was out of high school, because I grew up playing ice hockey and baseball, like sports. Like I was supposed to be like the first Cuban ice hockey pro player kind of thing. That's about my dad, right? Like that's kind of because he had a French Canadian neighbor when he first moved here from Havana, or to Culver City in California, and then that got him into the LA Kings, which is local pro team. And my dad was a AAA ball player, so he's like, this kid's got to play hockey. So when I was 4 years old, dude, they put me on skates and like got me playing.
When was the last time you played?
Like early, maybe like 2010-ish, 2009.
You got bad knees or something? Or what's
No,
that?
I just so like I basically, right, when you dedicate your whole life to something, like literally that was your life. And then I worked as a referee, right, all the time just to make extra cash, because you can make a lot of extra cash being a referee for ice hockey.
Yeah.
So, but it's like something like once you lose heart for something, you never want to see it again. Almost. Do you ever feel that way sometimes?
I feel
like if something breaks your heart, you just kind of like,
I want it.
Yeah, you just kind of like gotta put it aside, because if you stay halfway like into it, it'll keep bringing you down, because you knew like you were supposed to do something.
Yeah.
But at one point you decided, I don't know if this is for me or not, which was me at 18-ish. I just decided, I'm like, because I went away to North Dakota and I was living in Bismarck, in freezing cold weather, dude, just like living the hockey dream, kind of, right? Playing junior hockey. And after that year, I'm just like, man, I don't know if this is really what I want. Like this lifestyle of having, this is a business. Like you wake up, you do your gym work, right? You're skating, 2 hours of ice hockey practice, 2 hours of gym work, like off ice stuff for the team, whatever it might be, right? Like to go promote the team. And then you have, dinner, whatever. Same thing next day. Once it became like that, and it wasn't like my dream sport, like it was fun anymore, like the enjoyment of hockey left. Once it became business, was when I decided I don't know if this is for me. And I don't know if that was the right decision, to be honest, in the end. But at the time, it was the right decision, I felt, which is like something I feel like I'm a different person than I was then. Like I was always right fighting. Like hockey's a rough sport, so it was like the person I was then, like where I've come from then to now is like my heart beats different. and the way
Yeah.
I did that. You know,
You
what
may
I mean?
not,
Like,
you may not even be the same guy.
exactly.
Like,
Like
you look
totally.
like me, but you don't act like me. Who is this guy?
Totally. Like nobody knows who I am anymore, right? Compared to hockey, like the sports athletic side of myself, which was very filled with a lot of anger, right? With a lot of anger, I think, because of the competitiveness of trying to be better than the next person. And I think it was more so, right? Like, however, I mean, my dad was a great person. I love my dad, but he always tried to be like, you got to be the best, you know, like in whatever you're doing, like you're the best. So you have to do it. You have to do it better and get better at it. So, and it wasn't that, like, that was just the way he showed love for me, is by trying to give me the best. And when you're going through it, right, like you're thinking, like all you can hear is like, man, he's like putting me down, or he's like on top of me about this. But in the end, it wasn't really about that. It was like he was just trying to, that was the only way he knew how to help make you better or get you to that better point. You know what I mean? To believe in yourself, to be stronger, kind of thing. Which like I said, looking back as as an older fella, I'm like, man, I wish that I could have seen the world the way I do now, because then I could have been a better hockey player, even. You know what I mean? A better athlete, because it wouldn't have been surrounded about anger, or it wouldn't have been surrounded around being better than the next person. It would have been about being a better person in general, right? Like, and not putting on the world and around my surroundings, but actually taking it internally. And that's where I'm like, man, I wish I could kind of like do things over, right? From a different perspective, which I'm sure we all get that as we get older. Like, we look back and like, man, this knowledge that I have now of this, I wish I had it then.
Yeah, because you're like, man, it would have been cakewalk if I would have known what I knew now.
Yeah, totally.
And not the details of, oh, you should move here or you should go there, but just the thought perspective on life. Like, if I could just impose the expected perspective now, but I wouldn't have this perspective if I hadn't gone through it. So it's like it's a snake eating its tail.
Right?
It's like, they're gonna be, oh, well. And I guess, all right. Like, all right, okay.
Yeah,
I got you. That's not how it works, but it's been cool.
It's like you reverse back into the spots that you would have changed the outcome of your life, but like you're saying, would it have been the outcome that you're seeing now? It wouldn't.
Yeah,
It was
like it would have ruined. Like, I think something was like, this was going to happen one way or another. If you can go back, it's the movie logic. I think sometimes movies get it right on accident, maybe or maybe on purpose. I don't know, but it's entertainment. But they're like, hey, if you go back and change it, and then you get back and like, oh, it's still the same, because this was going to happen, like it was written. And like, this was how it was going to play out. So you go back and say, don't hang out with that friend, or don't smoke that. And then you're like, oh, okay. You go back, you tell yourself, don't smoke that. You go, then you come back, everything's still crap. What happened? You're like, oh, well, he didn't smoke that, but he took up drag racing. And it's like, oh, so I was going to do something stupid. Regardless, that was just my lane of stupid. It was going to come out one way or another. And I was only going to get the wisdom to going through the stupid thing. I had to beat my stupidity out of me. I wish it wasn't so aggressive to get stupid out of us.
I agree.
Life would be so much simpler.
It would be a lot easier.
Like, what if you didn't have to get, like, what if it took zero aggression? What if it was just instruction? What if someone said, hey,
exactly,
that's going to burn? And you go, that's going to burn? You maybe say, well, what's burn? Don't worry about it. It's bad. And you just go, okay, I'm not going to keep moving. But most of us are not going to even go, what's burn? We're going to be like, ah! And then a very select few of us will go, ah, and keep it there just to prove a point. I got it. You're wrong. I'm in that group.
I hear what you're saying, though. Totally.
You get double down. Be wrong, but double down.
Yeah.
Hey, man, somebody got to do it.
I know what you mean.
But
I'm there with you.
I was kind of like, I have to go I have to leave in a little bit. But I just want to talk to you. You know, like 5 minutes. I had this when I got on today. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about, except for I know I wanted to talk about influence. And I was kind of rambling. My mind has not been linear when I get here, so I need to work on that. But I was talking about briefly. I was saying how my 5 influences when I was younger was my homeboys, my friends. And none of us were bad people, but we were all children. We were all teenagers. And none of us had big brothers, and none of us had father figures. So all of us were learning from each other as we all were making it up going along. So like none of it really made sense. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yo, none of that made sense. How do we live? How do we survive? One of us is doing life in prison, so not all of us survive. But I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, how did I like God? That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
I hear you. For
I'm
me
like,
too.
dude, if only, dude. If only. But then for every if only, hey, I wish I would have did this better. I got like 6 more. I'm glad that it worked out that way.
Yeah.
So it's like, in one side, I'll be like, I wish I didn't move to Tampa to go like stay with this girl. There was a girl I fell in love with, mostly in lust, deep in lust, looks very close to love.
Yeah.
And it was not love. At the moment, it definitely looks like love, but it was like deep lust. So the thing I mostly tell people is, okay, now I'm older, I know it was lust, but even now, I'll still say it was deep lust, bro. It was like, it wasn't like no petty lust. It was a solid one. If I'm gonna go in, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
At any rate, I move in with her. I move to Tampa, do the whole follow a girl thing. Foolish. I justified it because that's what we do. We all get a justifying action. And horrible experience, horrible depression. I still deal with PTSD from that experience, right? It affects my life today, marriage. But it also affects me in good ways too, because it like makes me more like where I would, instead of going off the deep, I'm more docile, if that makes sense, because of those experiences. I think I would have been a savage if that stuff didn't happen to me. I would be an a-hole. That's why I try to tell people, hey man, I might be cool, but this is like a beast that I like. Like I make him cool. I could be another way though, but God, thank you God. But like, yo, at any rate, so that was a horrible experience. PTSD, depression, cops being called, fights, physical fights, and for, like cheating, all that stuff. Horrible. Drugs, just the worst. But while I was in Tampa, going through that, Marco turned. I love telling this story, by the way. So I may have told it to you already. Marco was turning 21 years old, and he lived in Fort Myers. And I got off of work, and I drove down to see him on his 21st birthday, because that's what you do for your best friend. And he had a party, and everybody in the world came because it's Marco. And I don't know anybody. I smelled like burgers because I worked at Five Guys at the time. I got off of work. I'm dirty. I'm just there. This is my friend, right? I turn a corner and I look near a stairwell in like a living room area, and I see this girl, and her hair is all the way down her back, and her body shape was very familiar. And I know this person. And I go, Marie? And this girl turns around, and it's Marie. And we start talking, and come to find out, she lives in Tampa. And she lives like 15 minutes from where I live in Tampa.
Oh,
and we had not spoken to each other in 2 years. And I thought she lived in New York. She got a scholarship for some school in New York that she visited and liked. But she wound up staying in Fort Myers and then going to USF. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I wouldn't have ran into her if none of that happened. And if none of that happened, and I didn't run into her, then we wouldn't have picked up talking again, which led to dating, which led to Zola, which then led to marriage, which then led to 2 more kids. Then I'm like, man, that's a sucky way to get here. But I got here, so it counts. Because a win's a win. So I'm like, yo, it just...
Yeah, now you got joy, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, it's what? Let's slide. I guess I should get my book bag.
Yeah, so I also, along with one of the tunes, you were saying you write poetry also?
I dabble, but not really, bro. Don't put me in the mix.
Because I did overhear you saying about Marco writing poetry.
Yeah, he wrote.
Maybe I could send him. So there's this. It's kind of like a chill wave genre. It's like super. That's what it's basically. It's like chill wave. It's like house music that just chilled out to a slow pace. And
is that how you would describe your music? Is it chill? What's your genre?
It's weird.
Mine doesn't really have.
Genre.
I feel like I'm trying to move towards more like just anything dance genre, right? Like house and like drum and bass and stuff like that. Technical. But right now, I like each song is like a different genre. It feels that I've written in the last.
You been at the GCLs?
Oh yes.
So he's the sound.
I'm the
At GCL. Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
You don't recognize me?
It's me.
You don't recognize
Yes,
me?
Miss
I
Myrtle.
have a wig
God
on
bless
and you
you.
have a
No,
bald
no,
head.
I just didn't want to be. I didn't know if it was rude to be like, "Hey, Miss Myrtle."
Yes, of course. If you don't, I'm gonna think you're being funny. I'm so sensitive like that. And I know you're cool.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah.
Yes, it's just I'm just human like you.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly like.
you better say hi and give me a hug and all the things.
So
Did you have a chance to do those?
I tried to do
Even
it.
just a Google review.
My phone.
Oh, poor
yeah,
baby.
I gotta get a new
Oh, I
one.
know what that
But it
feels
was
like.
more so
Oh, that's
like,
annoying.
I know, like.
Right, you get the little glass in your fingers.
Yeah, but no, I needed to do what do you call it? My internet. I couldn't get on, so I need
Send
to.
123. I'm sorry, I should have put that on there.
Can I like?
That's what I need to add.
Because I did make a tiny video, and I'd like to post it, but is it like 95?
Yeah,
like
yep.
website?
Pound 95.7.
.com or
Oh wait, I thought you meant posted and then tag us.
oh yeah, like on Instagram or
Yep.
something.
Yeah,
cool.
just
All
a
right, I'll do that, 'cause
pound
I
sugar
think I
95.
follow you guys already.
Yeah,
So,
pound sugar 95. Put BFrank Fridays. Fridays with BFrank lunch mix. That kind of thing. But
okay,
don't.
cool.
It's not a lot of work. It's
No,
just
yeah,
a little
because
something.
for some reason.
And then this one is just when you get a chance tonight. If you can go, he'll send it to you.
Okay,
If
cool.
you can fill it out for us. It just helps us because we're trying to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would love to.
And you should come to one of our tours.
Oh, no.
Team,
Okay.
bring your kids, have
Oh, that'd
some
be
fun.
cool, yeah. My daughter
We have a
would love
lot
to
of cool
come for sure.
things. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really a lot.